Go. Hello.
Hello.
So today we have kind of more news than usual. We have 5 articles that we're gonna cover. After yesterday's crazy movement in the cryptocurrency market, we have MicroStrategy's most recent bond drops below par as Bitcoin sells off. The price on the 500 million bond has fallen by almost 3 points. It's not a huge fall, but still worth noting. People are freaking out. They're thinking Bitcoin is going to go down to zero, even though yesterday, with all that volume, we managed to survive.
Pretty much what this means is that the people who bought the bonds from MicroStrategy, the people who loaned money, they're selling the debt at a loss right now because that's how scared they are. Now, no one, MicroStrategy does not have to pay these bonds back until 2028. So the fact that people are scared of default for something that's 7 years away, like it speaks volumes to the kind of fear that's in the market right now.
Yeah, it's telling for sure. And after yesterday's, gotta consider today we're up like 14% from the yesterday's low. It's been quite an amazing bounce and quite an amazing comeback. Going into some bullish news, we have Cathie Wood buys another 59 million in Coinbase as Bitcoin recovers. Entirely cuts off Apple stakes. So they bought 59 million of worth of Coinbase stonk, and they also added more GBTC. I'm not sure if it's reported in this article, but I've read it also in another article that they also added a little bit to their GBTC position, which is quite interesting and shows commitment to crypto and Bitcoin and this space in general. And that's definitely good that there's still, even though the panic is high and people are freaking out, there's still rational investment going on into the space. People are not giving up, and it's beautiful to see. Then
It's just showing that the big investors, they're not running, they're doubling down. So
yep, exactly. Then we have the Chinese logistics firm airlifting Bitcoin mining machines to Maryland. So it looks like they are moving 3 metric tons of Bitcoin mining machines to Maryland as the Chinese government cracks down on the industry. So it looks like miners are not giving up. They're moving away, and they're trying to stay alive. Just move to a different country. Just move to where their mining operations are wanted. So it's really positive that we're moving out of China. China has always been kind of a troublemaker for the crypto space. We have been having them ban Bitcoin, not ban it. It's been a roller coaster of emotions connected with China. So it's good that finally miners are moving towards a place where they will find more stability. What do you think about it?
I mean, I think it's a really expected trend, right? Like if you cut off an industry somewhere, it's just going to go to where it's wanted. Like there's a lot of money in Bitcoin mining. They're not going to give that up. They're not just going to say, okay, turn their miners off, sell them, and then go back to doing what they were doing before. No, just go somewhere else.
Yep.
It's that simple, right?
And following the same narrative, Bitcoin mining companies exiting China as authorities crack down on cryptocurrencies. So more and more mining operations are being moved towards Central Asia. So Kazakhstan is one of the places where some miners are moving to. US is also a viable option. El Salvador is starting to get interested also in getting some miners towards their country. So yeah, it's still following the same narrative of Chinese miners moving overseas and not giving up, which is what we really wanted to see. Them giving up would have been kind of detrimental for Bitcoin itself, because then we would need completely new businesses and new operations to start up. That will take much more time than miners moving and only having to move overseas. So this is short-term bearish, of course, because the hash rate is gonna go down, but long-term bullish because now we'll have more stable and more stability into the industry, at least for the foreseeable future. That's kind of what it looks like to me.
Yeah, I mean, just them leaving China, I just see nothing but goodness coming from this in the long run. Just going to be some instability in the short term, a lot of fear in the price, but yeah, no, in the end, this is all going to be good.
And then we have a little bit more of a gossipy news. Iran sees 7,000 cryptocurrency computer miners, largest hold to date. So it looks like someone was running a little bit of undercover mining operation, and they kind of got up to a little bit of too much of a scale. So the government was like, we banned mining here. No, you can't do this. So they seized all their equipment, and yeah, so you better mine where your mining is wanted, and not where it's seen as some sort of illegal and malicious thing, even though you're actually not doing anything that is that bad, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, there was a law passed a while back where they could mine Bitcoin in Iran, but they would have to sell it to the central bank, and it was a way for Iran to try and get some revenue after all the sanctions and stuff came in. But after a bunch of power outages, they tried banning it to try and get more stability on the power. It's just a mess over there right now.
And I guess for the news, that's kind of it for today. Let's get into the charts. We are, as we talked about before, we were able to hold the lower part of the range. We had a little bit of a break, but it wasn't really sustained. We just, as soon as we went below $30,000, a lot of buyers stepped up, and they were like, this seems cheap to me, and they went in and they bought it all the way back up. And today we're trading at $34,000, which is surprisingly bullish. Like, everyone was expecting, kind of like the consensus was, we lose 30K, we go to 20K, kind of, and we did it. So amazing.
Nah, that's generally what happens when everyone thinks we lose something, we die. We don't always die when that happens. This is textbook institutional overflow. They break a level, creates a ton of liquidity, and that's what they use to buy it up, push it up. This is something that's extremely bullish. And if you're looking for like a break of a level, this is why you want to generally wait for a close. You don't just, like, we didn't even close a 4-hour down there. We moved back up really quick. So anyone who was panic shorting down there, yeah, you got to be more patient.
Yeah, you gotta relax. And I was one of the ones that got into a short kind of close to the bottom. Unfortunately, I got a signal down there from the trading system. Fortunately, sometimes you do get one of those real bad signals, and I got actually stopped out like real quick. I pretty much shorted almost the bottom, so really nice. But what matters is that Bitcoin is still in play and didn't break down. I'd rather get stopped out than see Bitcoin die. That's my stance at the moment. We are trading pretty much sideways. We have been trading sideways already for, several hours. So we have not been doing anything. We tried a little bit of a break. We went to 34,810, which is quite of a significant level. At least it has been one in the recent past, and we got rejected. But now we are kind of still trading around $34,000. It's quite tough to trade right now, or to put in any type of trade. I'd say longing here is kind of like you kind of missed the boat on it. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's time to wait. It's time to wait, see how the market is gonna develop. We definitely had a bullish move up, and we definitely kind of got saved yesterday by big buyers. So we have to see how this evolves. We could still have a test back down to $30,000. It is still possible. there's nothing really that is preventing us to do something like that. But on the flip side, now we have kind of a clear target to visit, which is $40,000. So
if we could get back up there, we'll be at the top of the range again, and everyone will be bullish again.
Exactly. So that's kind of the update at the moment. Bitcoin dominance is rising regardless of the little dip that we got. We are breaking above the previous high that we had on dominance on the last little freak out that we had on the 23rd. So dominance is starting to look like it really wants to reverse to the upside, even though altcoins today at major bullish day. So there really is almost nothing in the red today. The only thing in the red today is actually the Dixie, and the DJI is a little bit down 0.05%, but nothing to be really concerned about. ES1 hanging out close to the highs, so that could, we could maybe have a little bit of a dip testing this area here today, seeing a little bit of a move towards the downside wouldn't be surprising at all, since we are close to a high. So getting a little bit of rejection, getting some sellers is quite common. Silver is on the move up, so even commodities are moving up. It looks like it's a positive day overall for pretty much everything, at least everything in my watch list. And the US 100 trying to move up as well, actually made a little bit of a new high today. Nothing really crazy, but still on the up. So I think that's pretty much it for the coverage of the market. I don't think there's much to say. If you have anything to add.
Not too much. I mean, if you still are looking for longs, maybe you could get 32,200 around that area. But right now, everything's starting to look like we're good to test the top of the range again, right? We got to get through this midpoint. I mean, I don't think we're going to go straight up, see 40K tomorrow or anything. It's going to take time, and just be patient. Don't freak out. Don't trade emotionally.
Yep. All right. So we'll talk tomorrow, and yeah, that's pretty much it for today. See you. Bye.
Have a good one.